The purpose of this last video regarding your four-year plan is to do a final check of credits to ensure you're on track toward graduation. The process itself is fairly simple, but also extremely important. Please do not rush through this process. Take your time to ensure that you are accurately documenting the classes you've taken and will take in the future. We will begin by locating the graduation checklist online. You will first hover your cursor over schools, followed by high school. You will then need to click on High School Guidance Counselor. Under the Course Registration and Planning tab, we will need to click on BEA-HS Graduation Checklist. When redirected to this page, you will need to click here for the BEA-HS Graduation Checklist. Now you will need to make a copy of this checklist. To do so, click on File, then Make a Copy. When naming this document, include your first initial and last name while leaving the graduation checklist label intact. At this point, please make sure you have the other necessary materials for this process, which includes this checklist, your four-year plan, and a copy of your high school transcript. Your advisors will hand out copies of your transcripts. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between these documents, so please bear with me through this video. The easiest way to complete the checklist is to follow the order already laid out on the form. We will begin by focusing on our English courses. As you begin documenting classes, you will want to mark them differently depending on whether they've been completed, will be completed, or need to be retaken. For classes you have successfully completed, we recommend placing an X next to the course. If for some reason you failed a course, we recommend you highlight the course title to ensure you register and retake that course. Finally, if you're planning to take the course in the future to fulfill graduation requirements, we recommend placing an asterisk next to the course name. And you'll see an example of this as we work through this form. In the sample transcript, you can see that this student has successfully completed English 9 as well as English 10. So on the graduation checklist, we will be placing X's next to those courses as they have been successfully completed. We're going to pretend that this student is currently a sophomore. As we continue with English requirements, we will be using an asterisk to document which classes the student plans to take to fulfill graduation requirements. Also, for courses that you are currently enrolled in, please place an asterisk next to those items as well, as those courses have not been completed yet. Looking at the four-year plan, we can see that they plan to take communications, college comp, novel study, and college lit to fulfill their English requirements. On our graduation checklist, we will now place asterisks next to those courses. On our graduation checklist, we will be placing an asterisk next to communications, next to college composition, next to novel study, as well as college now literature. Now again, we will not be placing X's in these columns. That would be showing that we have fulfilled those areas successfully, and again, we have not yet completed them, but have plans to do so. Next, we will be documenting social studies. Looking at the student's transcript, we can see that they successfully passed world history as a freshman. However, in their sophomore year, we're going to pretend that with their American history course, they passed the first quarter but failed the second. On their graduation checklist, we need to document these courses accurately. Their world history class was passed, so we can place an X next to that course title. However, American history needs to be highlighted. The reason we're highlighting this course is because the first quarter was passed, but the second was not, which means they must retake the second half. If this particular student did not retake the second portion, they would not graduate from Blue Earth Area High School. We now need to look at their four-year plan to determine the courses they will take during their junior and senior year to fulfill their social studies requirements. So looking at their four-year plan, we can see that they plan to take world cultures as a junior, as well as government and economics in their senior year. Bouncing back to their graduation checklist, we can see that there are options listed in these slots. We recommend when you encounter choices like this on your graduation checklist that you put the courses you plan to take in bold, as you can see here. So this is indicating that the student is planning to take world cultures as well as economics and government. We will place an asterisk next to these courses as well because we plan to take them, but again, they have not been successfully completed. We can see that the student has successfully completed their graduation checklist. Again, as a reminder, we see that X's have been placed next to courses that have been successfully completed. Asterisks, or stars, have been placed next to classes that are planned. So again, these classes will be taken in the future, but have not been successfully completed. Any courses that must be retaken, such as American history, have been highlighted to indicate that a retake is necessary. When we get to the bottom portion of the form, it is important that you pay particularly close attention to the career component. Often students can miss this step, so it is again very important that you identify which courses you have taken or will take in order to fill this career requirement. So in this example, you can see that principles of business will be taken to fulfill this requirement, but it has not been taken yet. At this point, you may have some classes that have not been counted toward any sort of requirement. These courses would fall under the elective category. Elective classes would include courses in business, tech ed, family and consumer science, art, and some classes you've chosen to take in the core content areas that are not required. For example, on the sample transcript, you can see that this student chose to take Spanish in their freshman year. Though this is a good class to take, particularly if you are a college-bound student, it is not required to graduate from Blue Earth Area High School. So the credits earned from taking Spanish would apply to the elective category. On the student's four-year plan, you can see that they also plan to take psychology, humanities, anatomy and physiology, digital media, pre-calc, and fitness improvement their senior year, all of which qualify as elective credits. All you need to do with these courses is count up the total number of elective credits. Once you have totaled the number of electives you will take in the course of your high school career, you can insert the number in the slot as shown. This particular student, by the end of their high school career, will have taken 11.5 credits worth of elective courses. Once this final piece is put into your graduation checklist, you can then take a moment to total all of your credits. So going from top to bottom, adding in your English, social studies, science, mathematics, phy ed and health, fine arts, careers, and electives, you should find yourself with a minimum of 26 total credits. This particular student will have earned 27 credits by the end of their high school career. If you end up with a total of more than 26 credits, like this particular student, that's great. You have more than what is required. However, if you have less than 26, you will need to revisit your course planning to see what adjustments need to be made. Remember, without a minimum of 26 credits, you cannot graduate from Blue Earth Area High School. If you have further questions, feel free to ask your advisor for help or meet with Mrs. Lindsay if you have individual questions.